versus the Big Ten as Virginia takes on Ohio State. Chapman in for Mobley. They need big numbers from him. Bynum, first shot of the night is good. He's coming off an 11-point game against away. Virginia 0 for 3 to start the game. Looking for their first bucket. Hall. Inside. Renlo. Jump hook goes down.
And that's beautiful offense.
Well defended.
Well defended. Got 7 foot to able to get back.
And Virginia exploding to the basket. Sam Lord.
Is that Virginia scores, they want to pressure up Ohio State knowing that the bench is short and lean into those legs a little bit more.
On the curl, Chapman inside. Nice play and easy basket. And that because of Mobley's absence. Tayson Chapman will get a lot of burn. Offensively, they say he's talented, just like that.
6'4".
Inside, Lewis track, turns it over. Thornton to the hole and one.
Virginia turned the ball over 14 times against Florida State. They don't want to see that again because it compromises your defense. And Bruce Thornton, right place, right time, able to take it in for 2.
Unbelievable story. Royal. And tipped up and in by Tilly. Bynum now. Here comes Jakari. Oh, he missed the chippy. Looks like it was a little too far underneath the basket.
Yeah, a little bit. I think he was in between on what he wanted to do, what kind of shot he wanted to shoot. And if you give up 2, Gus, and on the back end, that's a 5-point swing.
17-6. It's a big game for the Bucks. They need it for their NCAA tournament hopes. Inside and a nice bank shot by Devin Tillis. White. He'll push it. Ahead. Hall, the kick. Extra pass, baseline. Chance Mallory by Sam Lewis.
You see the pace. Rebound, get it up quick via the pass or the dribble. Try to attack early.
Baseline drive. Using that strong 6'9" frame.
On the weak side and the rip through. The closeout wasn't Puff Johnson's best, and then the rotation was just a half a second late. They're very efficient offensively at 49% from the field.
Oh, kept the defender on his back and just leaned in. 6 to shoot. Cubs curling down the lane, kicks it out. Bynum, rising fire. Pure. Rebounded by Virginia. Grunlow got it. Backdoor up and in. Beautifully done. Thomas backs it up, takes a J. Strong. Rebounded inside. Ugo back to Thomas, cutting and lays it in.
Yeah, he came into this game 2 for 23 from behind the 3-point line.
20-footer. Got it. Take a step in.
Yeah, well, he was 8 Wednesday against USC, so 2-pointers are not the issue. That young man.
Long jump shot goes down for Devin Tillis.
Overall,
Thornton weaving, hanging, and knocks it in. 4 shooting. Lock inside.
oh yeah,
Bruce Thornton.
Yeah, he wants to get their feel, but everyone else who's participated in it talks about it. Speaking of which,
baseline jump shot goes down. 29-28, Virginia after trailing by 11. Now, Ohio State.
So far in the Big Ten Conference.
Michigan, Michigan State, and Illinois.
Yeah.
DeRitter, jump hook. Got it.
DeRitter was determined to get to that left shoulder. So that's another way to get more possessions that time. Chapman just off on that shot, but offensive rebound, kind of giving Virginia a taste of their own medicine.
Baseline J, Hall, in and out. Nice rebound. by Royal. Outlet pass. Bynum. Ahead. With two hands. Cups back in. Thornton on the curl. And got it. That's that big, strong body of Bruce Thornton. Weaving his way to the basket. Off the glass. And in plus the foul. Bruce Thornton. Thornton scoops it up. Bruce Thornton crosses over. Down the lane. Counting. Shoulders.
Right here to kind of tie this game up or take the lead with a three.
Chapman gets wiped out. Lewis makes him pay for it. Sam Lewis. One of those shots right now against Virginia.
Yeah, 1-7 in quad one games.
Woo! Shooters roll. Bruce Thornton. Bynum picks it up. Down the lane. Gathers himself. Lefty. Off the window. Good.
They dropped out of the top 75 net.
Nice handoff. And good. Yegovan from Thornton.
Off the back iron.
Thornton. Oh! Bruce Thornton. 19 points. 9 this half. Ohio State up 50-44 inside. Looks like that's Hall. Got a nice roll.
Yeah.
Thornton. Crossover dribble. Pump fake off the glass. Count it. Baseline Tilly. Pump fake. And the roll goes down. This time over the DeRitter. Guarded by Puff Johnson. Leans on him. Batted out. Thomas. Pump fake. Lets it fly. Pure.
Time. And almost traveled.
Here's Thornton. Pick and roll with Tilly. Hall on his back. Jump shot. Count it. Bruce almighty. 57-51. Inside. Wide open. Redlow. Nice look from DeRitter.
Yeah, the hot.
For the Buckeyes. 57-53. Thornton curling off the glass. Easy. Breezy. By Jakari White. Baseline. Malik Thomas. And he buries it in the corner.
And that's what this Virginia team sees.
59-57. 7-11 to go. Baseline. DeRitter. Mallory. The teardrop goes down. And we are level at 59. Misses the free throw, but the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Inside. Ugo. Thornton. Looking. Fading. And hits. He's got 28. 61 up. Hall drives. Kicks. Mallory with a step. The runner on a double clutch. And he knocks it in. 1:20 to play. Thornton. Royal has it stolen by Hall. Up and in.
In a scramble situation like Devin Royal did here, that you're just going to casually go get the ball. Because someone else is going to want it more. And that someone is Seton Hall. To come from the middle of the court, to take it, and then poise himself to get up and over.
Down by 5. The kick. Bynum straightaway 3. Got it! With 31.2 to go. 66-64. He's got to look to get this ball back. Thornton down the lane. Blocked! On the insert. Ahead, Lewis. The big fella of the game.
A play to get Bruce Thornton to turn the corner, create some space, but
left. Cups to Tilly. And he'll jam it down. Seconds to go. Bynum turns. And that'll do it. The Virginia Cavaliers, trailed by as many as 11 in this game. They come back to defeat Ohio State 70-66 here in Nashville. Virginia has now won 6 straight basketball games, improving their record to 22-3.
The Iowa Hawkeyes hosting the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Both coaches have said all year long, really have to honor that scouting report and play it almost to a T. Sanford curling to the rim, and he's got the first 2 points of the ball game. The star of the first 3+ minutes of this one. Here's Koch with the triple.
Textbook. Kevin, you and I saw Iowa working on that.
Sturtz will drop it off to Manyow. Koch on the drive, over Mast using the window.
And that was made possible. Koch, good recognition, put it on the deck.
Here's Hoiberg. Got a screen from Buchtengel, finds Lawrence in the corner, and it's tied at 5.
That's why he has almost a 6-to-1 in turnover ratio. Not just because.
Here's Mast. Huskers would love to get him going. Mast inside with the hook over Koch.
Man, he threw everything at him. Pretty good job by Koch.
Push against Lawrence, drives right into him. No. Loose ball, Mast has it. Flip over to Lawrence, and now Nebraska on the brink. Here's Sanford back up into the corner for 3.
Oh, man. That was reptilian in its coldness. Because he did refreshing to see a guy run down, act like I've been there before, and then defend.
And in the case of Bryce Sanford, he literally has been here before. Many. Here's Sturtz. Frager with a hand in his face. Goes past Frager. The floater will drop.
And that's a break.
There's Cale Combs. Been dealing with an injury and still trying to fight through it as Fulgaris fights through that defense and spins for 2.
For that again was Sturtz. Even though he was able to step behind that little rub screen, he kind of had to rush his shot, and it showed in the release.
Here's Sturtz. Gets past Frager on the drive to the rim. And
that's the second.
Here's Koch, scored the first 5 Iowa points. Combs with 2 to shoot, spinning into Buchtengel, using the window to stretch the lead to 4.
Boy,
Nebraska been a little sloppy. Fulgaris inside, has that one taken away. Jacobson with the strip. Here's Frager in the open floor, runs it to the rim, and that'll be a goaltend on Tavion Banks. This game's tied at 17.
And a nice.
Frager gets past Combs to the rim for 2.
That's the old adage, low man wins.
Hoiberg in traffic from right to left for 2. How about Sam Hoiberg? Under 10 on the shot clock for Iowa. Sturtz against Sanford. Got him in the air, trying to coax the foul, swooping in his Banks. He'll take it to the rim for 2. Iowa has stifled this Husker attack. 7 of 19 is Nebraska from the floor, 2 of 11 from 3. Fulgaris will try the triple. Shoot, swing that around to Koch. Off the shot fake, other corner Fulgaris. Here's Sturtz with the 3.
It goes from the left, right corner, the skip pass, and then Sturtz able to fill in behind.
And Hoiberg with a crowd quieter gets that last possession that Hoiberg earned with this drive.
And you can dribble drive and maybe draw a foul because you are in the bonus.
Mast had it bobbled away. Jacobson, deep triple. It'll count. Cale Jacobson with the buzzer beater to give Nebraska a spark, down just 5 in Iowa City.
And again, Kevin, Hoiberg understanding earlier in the getting a 2-for-1, and on the scramble situation, able to step in there very clearly out of his hand. You're keeping an eye on the scoreboard at the top. Well done.
Despite missing 12 first-half shots.
Yeah, Nebraska last in the conference in offensive rebounding, but as to your point, if you miss that many shots, you should get at least 1 second chance opportunity. And recognizing that and switching back.
Lawrence with the 3. Won't go. Rebound, Mast inside. He'll put it up for 2.
And the reason he was able to get that offensive rebound, it hit the rim.
Swing it around. Koch driving baseline. Won't go. Rebound loose. Tipped out by Sanford, and it ends up with Lawrence.
Again, Mast with the strong show.
And Buchtengel to the rim. Here come the Huskers. Back within 2 of this offer. Hawkeyes have gone cold, haven't scored in almost 4.5 minutes. Nebraska back within 2.
What Mass has done a really good job on the defensive end of showing and then contesting at the rim.
How about Isaiah Howard with the triple? His first shot of the night. Lawrence, 13 to shoot.
I mean, how about the job by Howard of moving his feet?
Lawrence, 8 to shoot. Here's Hoiberg on the attack. Dumps it to Buchtengel. Inside for 2.
Boy, Hoiberg again bails out Nebraska. Gets in the lane. People talk about
4th foul on Iowa in this second half. Here's Sanford looking for the 3. And he finds it. We're tied at 39 at Iowa City.
if you're Iowa, you have to watch Mast in the trail here.
Here's Mast. Now Hoiberg against Fulgaris.
Good job by Howard, but a better job by Mast of stepping, breaking contact. That's why he was able to score.
And Nebraska's got their first lead since 21-20.
That was some.
Now as Berke Buchtengel returns to the Nebraska lineup. Hawkeyes 1 for their last 9 from the floor. They haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. Sturt's trying to change that, and he does.
I mean, again, with Frager, that's the 3rd time. And what he did, rather than playing from the hips down, the officials saw him extending his arms on that block out.
In it comes to Frager for the hammer. Baseline out of bounds, ends up in a 2-hand flush. Oh, against Buchtengel. 5 to shoot for Sturtz. Sturtz underneath. It's Banks, he'll have to launch. In and out, offensive rebound, Tate Sage, and we're tied again.
Which will help them ultimately in seeding.
Yeah, a lot on the line in this as Jacobson tries to take it away from Sturtz. Shot clock down to 10 for the Hawkeyes. We have not seen a point in a long time in this game. Sturtz trying to change that, and he does. The step back 2 gives Iowa the lead.
Boy, that's a tough shot, and nice use of the fan dribble to create just enough space for the mid-range.
Mast inside to the rim, and the answer for Nebraska breaks a 5-minute drought.
That's what they were missing when Mast was out of the ball game.
All the way around for Frager. The jump and a really good play by Sturtz. Telegraph pass, Sturtz to the other end. Count that bucket, and Iowa's got the lead. And a timeout.
By Frager being there. That was designed to get Koch at top of the key 3.
Now Sturtz will go to work. A step back 3 for Sturtz is good. 7-point lead for Iowa with 6 seconds to go. Inbound to Lawrence. Lawrence will drive to the rim for 2, but with 2 seconds to go, the inbound comes for Iowa, and they'll dribble it out. And here they come in Iowa City. The Hawkeyes upset 9th-ranked Nebraska 57-52.
Welcome to LA for Big Ten basketball, powered by Ram Trucks. Illinois, the number 10 team in the country, 4th in the net, number 1 in KenPom, number 1 offense in the nation, and a top 30 defense here to take on USC. And they run things perfectly. A defensive stop, 24 shot clock violation. Kylan Boswell pushing it up the floor. He returned on Sunday in the big win over Indiana after missing 7 games with a broken hand.
Well, an important game, Guy, for both teams for different reasons is Davis knocks down the ball. Well, I think for me, and this is the first time we're seeing Wagler live, we can sit here all day as Davis knocks down another corner 3 and talk about all the freshman honors, the Big Ten Player of the Year and National Player of the Year for that matter.
Ezra Asar is able to force that in, and he gets fouled. The first points for the Trojans come nearly 4 minutes gone by. Stojakovic has come into the game for the first time.
Wagler just doesn't get sped up. Doesn't matter. You can be physical with him, get up into him. Has the same demeanor the entire game.
And Stojakovic at his own speed scored it.
It's just going to be hard to penetrate this Illinois defense with the dribble one-on-one as Hummerkaus knocks down the 3.
And Eric Musselman needs a timeout. Furious. And you saw him on the bench earlier. He's back into the game here. We'll see what kind of stamina he has. Here's Jordan Marsh at 3, badly needed.
Yeah, he's a big player for them. He's had some moments. Smaller guards trying to play this big Illinois lineup.
Marsh listed at 5'11", Woods at 6'2". Here's Mirkovic. You asked for it, and he delivers, and he gets fouled.
Well, Brennan.
Balance deep, big. An attack inside, and a follow by Kofi, and it works.
That favors USC.
Boswell, aggressive to the rim, and he scores.
You're so worried about the 5 out in the.
They're doing this with Wagler, their leading scorer, only having scored 2. And there's another on Ivisic, 2 quick fouls on him.
But see, the defense wasn't set. That wasn't a straight line drive.
Woods into the paint. Kofi downhill. He just drew the foul in the last possession. He attacks and scores here.
Moving it better now. More player movement.
Kasper Jakachonis.
Yep.
Hummerkaus to beat the shot clock, and he does!
He's such a weapon for them as an outlet. Guys trying to get downhill, get in.
You wonder if that illness is a factor tonight for him.
It kind of feels like it is, doesn't it?
Wagler got a piece of it, and Marsh scored it anyway.
Back and rebounds his position, Wagler.
Brett Underwood, when we talked to him about Wagler, really emphasizes the toughness as Tomislav Ivisic hits the 3.
That high ball screen with Wagler and Ivisic.
Terrence Williams will try a 3, and badly needed.
Yep.
SC's second 3 of the night.
To make some threes if they're going to stay in this game and potentially win it in the second half. Can't be all driving to the lane like that. See so many teams now operate with their 5 guy at the top in that trigger position. Such a good passer, Ivisic.
Boswell scores, and USC is going to take a timeout. The Trojans, with over 5 minutes left in the first half,
will go up.
Guarding one another, the freshmen. Arenas on Wagler. Wagler throws it up, and it's thrown down by Ivisic.
What I'm saying, man, like most guys, do you get your own or do you make plays for others or both? Wagler does both.
Time on the block from Ivisic. It's just so hard to get to the rim on these guys. Boswell, a step back 3, and he drains it.
It just hits you from so many different ways. See, like the actual game plan on the whiteboard from any coaches or teams that are getting ready for Illinois.
Tough shot for Arenas.
You know, like, what are you keying on? Because if you key on one thing, I think the number one thing is probably that high ball screen with Wagler and Ivisic.
Wagler reaching out with the left hand to flick it in.
What's unusual from Wagler is how he understands offense with the ball in his hand. Stojakovic, another 3. What's unusual for freshmen to be that.
He made 7 threes the whole game. They've already got 7 in this one. Terrence Williams will try and hits for USC.
Oh, he's been a bright spot off the bench for USC.
This year they've had a 20-point lead in the first half in the league.
See Boswell getting smart now, taking his hands off.
Brownell scores.
Wanted to switch on this.
Wagler, a tough shot high off the wing. Oh my goodness! But the basket doesn't count. Basket interference on Boswell.
After review, the ruling on the floor has been overturned. There is no basket interference.
Cam Woods has put in a lot of work defensively on Wagler. Now it's Kofi.
And Woods now trying to front Mirkovic.
They try to switch, and it doesn't matter. Davis is 3 of 3 from 3.
The offensive glass for Illinois.
Mirkovic hits the 3. 9 3-pointers for Illinois.
It's so country. If you have guys that can shoot and you move the ball and you're unselfish, you get to watch this.
Williams steps inside and hits the 2. I'm not talking offense, I'm talking as a team, just overall. Kofi will try a three, and he hits.
Set up by Woods, taking the baseline. Kofi feet down, ready to go.
And furious that what he felt was transition got stopped. Ezra Asar scores.
So powerful going to the rim. Asar, nice setup by Woods there. Asar uses it.
Boswell had it poked. Davis lets it fly. A line drive quick. His Arena scored 40 points or more. His career high was 60, and he scored 50 two other times.
Yeah, he could score for sure.
And Peja once had a game where he started the game. He scored
go by the numbers in the NBA, like Steph Curry, Peja, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, those guys. He's in that company.
Mirkovic the three, the 11th of the game for Illinois. Hummer Cows. And USC, this should be a stat. How early does a team?
So probably not going to see a lot of block shots out of him tonight.
Here's Woods inside, and he rattles it in. UCLA. Easter, too short, which will mean a big opportunity for the Bruins. Here comes Stojakovic. Oh, with the dunk!
I thought he was going to give it up, get it back. He just went straight to the front.
Under 12 minutes to go, and you might have been able to hear it.
Just a reminder, Guy, that this USC is a tournament team that Illinois is dismantling here tonight.
It's a great point. This is a quadrant one win tonight for Illinois. He's got 14 tonight. Stojakovic 11, Hummerkaus 11, Boswell with 10. Kofi and the follow from Asar.
Illinois plays with, I would imagine it may get even slower here with 11 minutes left. You got a 28-point lead.
Well, it's 300th. Stojakovic at the rim again, and he's got 13.
And the other story was, you know, when he got on campus for the summer and Boswell kind of gave his endorsement after he'd been there for a few weeks, like, look, this guy's way better than everyone thinks he is. And Brad Underwood was like, well, you know, this is just summer. You know, he was going to have a big impact on this Illinois team this year.
Arenas trying to get it going.
Game tonight, at worst case, a lottery pick.
Wow. Well, you know what's interesting about that list we just saw is that every year there's a top 5 freshman scoring. There has to be. It's the way it works. But those are some of the best players in the country on that list. What a move. And a basket one-on-one with the opposite freshman Arenas. It's 13.
To me, again, the demeanor, the maturity is what sticks out. It's easy to talk about his game, have Oregon on Saturday in here. You know, Oregon has struggled all year. But USC just needs to win the games they're supposed to win coming down the home stretch to secure their spot.
Chad Baker-Mazara back. Announced him as day-to-day with a knee.
Gamble Pavilion, they call it the basketball capital of the world as we welcome you to Big East basketball. Seton Hall taking on number 6 UConn. UConn, of course, has won 6 national championships by the men, 12 by the women. The men since 1999. Today, a special day here at UConn as they celebrate Senior Day. And it's an emotional day because this guy right here, Alex Karaban, more starts, more wins than anybody in the history of UConn basketball. An emotional day, you know it. Tears flowing. Alex and even Danny Hurley can't hold it back. They let it flow as we get ready for a really good tilt here today. UConn back in first place after a devastating thumping of St. John's just a few days ago here in this building. Seton Hall has outperformed everybody's expectations. Shaheen Holloway under the weather, but he's got that club at 9-8. Delighted to have you with us, everybody. Good afternoon from Stewart's, Connecticut. Dave Sims along with Donnie Marshall. And UConn is on a nice little trend here, particularly on defense.
Yeah, 2 things important this time of year, Dave. Your health, is so important. You want to go into that postseason, if you will, healthy as you can be. The other one is your identity. And UConn, not just because of St. John's, but it definitely helped establish what their identity is, and that has been the defensive end all season long. They're going to need that today because they're playing against a team who controls the pace and also is pretty darn good on the defensive end.
Absolutely. We take a look at the starting lineup, sponsored by Jeep. There's only one, and Bud Clark, boy, he's the generator for this club.
Yeah, as they say, the proverbial head of the snake, Dave. If he gets going in the right direction, everyone falls in line behind him. That's wearing a Pirates uniform on the other side. Terrace Reed Jr. is a man, folks. He just has to now put together the consistency. You're playing one of the better teams or you're not. You have to be that leader for your team. Terrace Reed Jr. is rolling right now.
And Hurley, the head coach of the UConn Huskies, a couple of national championships under his belt. Didn't make it last year, but the 23 and 24 seasons, boy, oh boy, outstanding work. And Shaheen Holloway, like Danny, graduate of Seton Hall. Shaheen talked to him yesterday. He's been on IV. He's got the flu, but he says, Dave, I'll be there. I'll be there. And he's got the mask on, so he's very aware of other people's situations.
Yeah, they can't read your lips either when you have that mask on.
But they'll hear him.
Things don't go that way.
They'll hear him. We know Shaheen. We go way back. Rocking atmosphere as always here at Stewart's, Connecticut.
First 5 minutes so important, Dave. Can UConn continue what they had and the way they finished against St. John's and Seton Hall stem the tide a little bit, try to get this tempo under control right off the bat?
UConn won the first meeting. That was back on January 13th in Newark, New Jersey, 69-64, and you got a foul right out of the gate on A.J. Stanton McCrary. It's his first.
And that first game, Dave, though, wasn't as convincing as you would think for a UConn team. Yes, the point spread was close, but also, you know, this is a Seton Hall team that only made 1 3 in that game. And for it to be only a 5-point game, to me, that would draw some concerns if you're UConn.
They had a chance late, did Seton Hall, to convert with another. Here's Mullins going hard to the basket. I tell you what, this Mullins kid can really shoot it. Nice to see him going to the basket, but he's got a beautiful.
Yeah, you read my mind, Dave. That is a part of his game that has just gotten better and better, not weekly, but game by game, putting the ball on the floor. And it's not, you know, sometimes you get into these situations, you hear your name a lot on the draft boards, and you know, all the prognosticators talking about him being a lottery pick, and I think he will be a lottery pick in June, but now you start to hear, okay, but he's got to do this better, got to do that better, and he's doing all of those things it takes to move up that draft board, but also help his team right now win a national title.
6'6", $196. You can see he's got body to grow into, but when you watch him tee it up with the jump shot, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, he needs some bad food in that body.
The bringer of rain is what Danny Hurley calls him because of that high arcing jump shot, which we're going to see a lot of today.
High calories, cholesterol. You need something to put some fat on that body.
Going hard to the basket. Tied up. And boy, it's like a maze in there and a fight for it. Fisher involved with Caravan. And the possession arrow will keep it right here for Seton Hall.
Well, that was should have been a turnover either way. It traveled a few times on the drive and then the pivot. And then the tie up there after throwing it to UConn. Fisher, these are those games, I know the pace is, look, it's not a fast Seton Hall team, but when you get in the half court, you have to kind of maintain that same pace. You can't be in a hurry.
I was told that this is my first time seeing Seton Hall this year, but I said if they can keep it in the half court, they're going to be really difficult to handle.
This game under 60 is scary if you're UConn against this Seton Hall team.
Shot clock down to 1, and shot clock violation.
Well, there's our answer. Can they pick up where they left off in their last game, UConn? And that is a resounding yes. That is what they did defensively against St. John's.
There's Mullins. 27 minutes against St. John's, 9 points. Didn't shoot it really well on Wednesday, 3 for 9. Boy, he's been a difference maker. Solo ball. Gets it out to Demarine. Here's Caravan. Reed was a difference maker the other night. I mean, you want to talk about a force multiplier down low. Man, oh man. And that's what I know the last time I'd seen Danny and UConn, he was talking about they're going to be, when he gets to that point where he's a dominant physical presence, forget about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's at the mercy at times, as you saw there, when he's catching the ball in the clock, and then where his teammates go after he catches it. You have to get out of his way. You have to lift. In that case, it was solo ball.
That's a great setup. Well done by AJ. And it's finished off with the dunk. Two minutes in. Here's Mullins. Mullins, quick jumper in and out. And a rebound off the hands of Payne.
They all look like they're going in, though, Dave.
Yep. Oh, good look down low from Clark. Spinning Fisher, tough shot.
With D. So Fisher had a 3-footer, but turned over the left shoulder and turned it into a 6-footer. Sometimes be able to use both those hands down low.
Demery wants to get to the basket, gives it to Reed. Demery outside. The big fella work.
Yep, lift. Yeah, great job. Demery did a nice job. You throw the ball inside, now you lift. Now the defense can't dig back down or you know, it's not in the eye line of Reed. Here's a great play. I love this play because it's on the left side. So you know if you stay lifted, you stay spaced, even for a Seton Hall team that's not a great three-point shooting team, defensively, your instincts are to stay home on the perimeter, and that's what opens up that lane. Love that play from that left side.
Payne guarding against Reed. What a battle. Fouled him. His second. And Shaheen Holloway going to get to his bench.
I don't know what the call was. It was and Shaheen, I think, is in the same boat. Well, he's talking to Matt Potter right now, one of our officials, and Matt said he wrapped him up. That's when you really got to keep your hands high. You almost have to give your body up, Dave. I know, listen, it's a hard game. It's a physical game. You almost have to keep your hands up, stick that chest out. Anytime you bring those hands down, it's an easy one for the officials to call.
Reed coming off a 20-point, 11 rebound, 8 defensive performance, 3 assists, 6 blocks, 2 steals Wednesday against St. John's. Since Bud Clark in a hurry. Early going here at Stewart's, Connecticut. And Reed with the steal. Got numbers too. Big man taking it to the hole, and then they benefit with Mullins being on the right side. He comes up with the bucket.
You got to give that up if you Reed early. Got away with one there. You got to give it up, and you know what happens? And I know I'm aging both of us, Dave. Stockton to Malone. Every time Karl Malone, and kids at home, go ahead and Google Karl Malone, John Stockton. Malone would give it up, Stockton would give it right back for a dunk.
Exactly. Clark's shot partially blocked. Here comes UConn again. Caravan ready to go nuts when he scores. Had his number put up. Seat of honor down low. Reed in his territory. Operating the way he wants to. 7-2 lead. No timeout. Crowd on its feet here at Stores.
Seton Hall just has to run their stuff. They've seen this all season long. They played from behind. They played from ahead. The noise is not going to bother them. Hand check.
There's a bump.
That's a hand check. That's an easy one. That's a good one for Stan McCray because he understands that Braylon Mullins may not be as quick as him laterally. You have to run your stuff, but you also have to be a basketball player, meaning when you have an advantage, you feel it, you got to put that ball on the floor. Great play there by 14 in blue.
Mullins foul his first.
I think that's the best way you combat the defense of UConn is you make them defend.
Oh, did you see the fend off with the left-hand rebound? Bud Clark fade away from in tight. Nicely done.
It gets great elevation, and you know, sometimes you say create space. Coaches will tell you to create some space with the dribble. You can create it off the jump where you lean back just a little, as long as you're square and you get enough air under it. Great play there by Bud Clark.
Good matchup, Clark against Emery. Clark, boy, he's taking all kinds of bumps, elbows. Reed, ball coming off the curl. Give it to Reed, going in, missed it, and had it knocked away. And they got an injured Seton Hall player. He's got 4 on 5 and a timeout called. Officials timeout. Boy, he must have taken a shot somewhere. Clearly, we'll take a break and come back and see how things sort out. 7-4 lead for UConn.